Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of DnD Cross. We're done with the city. You guys know that. We talked about it last episode. We rambled on about it for a while, and I spent some time off camera here making a couple pathways, and we have a pathway, and this is where it gets a little tricky with the way I want to set up my episodes here. We have a pathway that goes here, right? And now this pathway branches off into this direction right here, and this is where we're going to be working today, actually. But we also have another pathway that comes up over around to the same area with a little space in between, and we also have a crack in the earth, which goes along with the lore, so I'm okay with leaving it there. And also, we have a pathway that goes all the way over. Yeah, da 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 da. A pathway that goes all the way over into the desert area, which is where we'll probably be working in the next episode. I have an idea for the desert that I got about halfway through our city. Got about halfway through it, and I kind of thought of it, and it sounded really fun, but I haven't been able to do it yet. So next episode, I think we're probably going to do it so that I can stop dreaming about doing it, and then just see how horrible it turns out by then, because I'm not 100% sure I'm comfortable with it, but I guess we'll see next episode. But for this episode, we're going to keep it a little simple. Keep it just a little bit simple. We have place over here, and this still kind of pertains to the city, but it's something that we need to do, and it's not the city, so I'm going to count it as not the city, and we can do it this episode, because I promised you guys we wouldn't work on the city today. But our city has no food sources, like pigs, cows, whatever, wheat, anything like that, but it is a hub of that kind of thing, an importer and an exporter of the same items. And so, we need a farm. So what we're going to do today is we're going to keep it simple. Is I'm going to build a farmhouse into the side of this little mountain right here. And then we'll probably put maybe like another smaller like shack or something for cows right here next to the farmhouse. And then over here, maybe we're going to put a barn or something. I'm not 100% sure on that one, because if we have a shed here for cows and whatnot, we don't really need a barn. But we need a silo for wheat and whatnot, and then we need fields. So we're gonna work on that today, and so like we'll have like room for pastures, probably all the way like around this area right here, and then they'll have access to this drinking water as well, and then we will have probably most of our fields over here. We're gonna have fields of wheat. Pretty much everything, I think, honestly. The problem with doing fields, though, is that players will be able to steal from this, and it could get a little kind of cheaty the way they do it. So maybe we put some defenses into it, or maybe we make the farmer kind of a dick or something like that, so that they're kind of not inclined to do that sort of thing. We'll see where it goes, but this is where we're going to start off today on this farm, and we might continue off a path this way eventually, but for now, I just kind of want to work on this farm, and then next episode we'll work over there, I think, is the plan for now. So with that being said, I think that we are probably just going to jump into a time lapse here, and we'll work on our barn and our shed here, and then maybe a silo over here. I think the silo over like in this area, or maybe right here, would be a good idea. That's my thought for now. But then we'll do some fields and whatnot. And so yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the time lapse, and I will see you guys in a few minutes. Hey guys, welcome back from the time lapse. I have to say before we get into this, it has been months since I have done a build that was not in the city. And now in the middle of the city build, we had a couple mountains here and there, and I worked on some of my dioramas in other series. However, like in the D&D campaign, I haven't made like lore related to a different area in since we started the city, and I gotta say, I forgot exactly how relaxing it was to build in a style that wasn't completely the same all the time, and also build in like just like however I felt fit, and not have to worry about space and all these things, and just make something that looked nice and felt homey. And this you guys probably don't care, but like I grew up on a farm, and it was just kind of like it's kind of lame as it is to say. It took me back a little bit. This doesn't look like my farm at all, but it was still fun. But anyways, okay, so let's get into the build here. So we have starting out over here, this cool little build that I put right into the side of the mountain. If you saw in the time lapse, like I built the house first, and then I built the mountain or like the little hill around it. So it's kind of a little bit Hobbit holy. And if we go, the hell was that? Oh, that sheep scared the crap out of me. If we go inside, we just have a real simple interior here. We've got a couple of soft plushy couches with just a single TV right there. And then up here, just a little bed, some curtains around it just for a little added color and decoration. And out here, a way for the farmer to watch his crops. Can't really see his herd, but that's totally okay because usually herds are alright on their own unless you have chickens, but I don't think that this farmer is going to raise chickens. So, I don't want that. Over here, we've got just a little old style silo. Nothing special. Kept it pretty simple here, just because I didn't necessarily feel like I needed to go large with it, and it fits with the style, or not the style, like the size of the rest of the build, where it's not too terribly big, but it still does its job. And then in here we have all the different crops. We've got wheat, beetroot, carrots, and then potatoes over here. I tried to separate it out as much as I could so it wasn't just like a whole buttload, but there was still some depth to it, and I would like to be able to get rid of the water, and I really wish that I could, but you know, it fits, I suppose. And I put them in rows like this, so it looked like maybe the water was going under this patch of dirt instead, but still gave you a way to go through it. So it's kind of mixing a little bit of like Minecraft mechanics um, with like real world kind of farming styles here. Pay no attention to this. Woohoo, that was a little laggy. Alright, so now we have the rest of our build here. We've got a pasture here with lots and lots of grass. Good. It's not a very well ridden pasture for now. And then if we go in, again we've got another little tiny hobbit hole here, and just something simple. This one sticks out a little bit more. I wanted to put it further back, but I didn't want to make this hill super big. So, and I figured that I'd rather have it larger over here to make the house look a little bit bigger, whereas this one is larger but feels just a little bit smaller. So, we kept it simple in here. We got a couple of hay bales. And then up at the top, we just have a place for hay. So generally farmers will throw their hay bales down from the top, and then they'll just land somewhere around here, and then their cattle or whatever they're raising can get them from the roof. What else do we have? I was just gonna do fences initially and then not have these little pillars with it, but it looked really boring. So I decided let's just toss some pillars in, and then over here I went a little less on the pillars, just to give it a little bit of character, I guess. What else? And then we've got pathways here. Oh, well, while we're here, actually, let's do something together. Ooh. So we have another pathway over here that comes to the same place. I'm actually we're gonna fill this just a little bit. Oh. Do that. There we go. Much better. So if we can just make this come down a little bit slower, kind of maybe feel like it's grass is the most annoying thing to work around with these brushes. And I know I don't really talk about these brushes too often, just because it's usually a time-lapse thing, and I know you guys would rather watch the build rather than me talk about it all the time. But the grass will like fill in and then leave these holes right here, and then I have to go back in afterwards. Gosh, this is... And then this kind of stuff happens. Oh my goodness. Whoa. Yep, so these are the things that I deal with on a regular day-to-day basis. Okay. Let's maybe say that... So usually when I'm doing a build, I like to try and get rid of the grass as best I can first. And then after I get rid of the grass, and finish the build, I'll go back in with bone meal and bone meal it all up, as you can see over here. But it's just been a while since I've... Oh boy. It's been a while since I've done it, so I kind of forgot about it when I was terraforming, and now I pay the price. Okay, but let's make a pathway here. Alright, so I like to fill as much of it in as I can first, and then I'll go back in and kind of shallow it up a little bit. That way it looks like we still have like these ledges here, and it just makes it look a little bit more natural. I try and there is a smooth brush I can show you here, which does work pretty okay for the most part, and it doesn't fill or anything. It just tries to match blocks next to it. And generally it's alright for smaller builds, but since I've been doing larger builds more often, it really makes things look super uniform and square if you use it too much. And so I kind of, if I can at all avoid it, I avoid it. But okay, so maybe we do a little fill over here. Over there too. Yeah, so now we have a little bit nicer of a drop here. So instead of having like that really steep and unhinged drop, now we have... Oh, what the heck was that? Oh, I must have accidentally picked up grass. Whoops. There we go. Much better. Alright, so now we have just a little bit of a better option here. And then we can go with grass here and just move that in just a wee bit. Alright, so now that we have our path made, then I just kind of go back and fill it in a little bit, make it look a little bit nicer. And the best thing about these paths is that I'm trying to not, and I know I just terraformed a whole lot when I said this, but I'm really trying not to terraform the like major landscape with it as best I can, just because this is a D&D campaign, and it is a Minecraft world, and I kind of like, I want to put the two together. I don't want to make it seem too far in one direction, i.e. if we do too much terraforming, then it no longer feels like Minecraft and just feels like a super elaborate D&D world, and that's not really what I'm going for. So like, as you can see here, this is, like, for some reason, all natural. Like, I didn't do anything to this, like, these blocks here. No, I'm gonna get rid of these, because I don't really like those. But this is all natural, and this is too. Didn't put anything over it, like, super, super natural. We will be adding some bridges here in the future. I just didn't really want to. I wanted to build something that I wanted to build. So that's what we're doing. But then, again, so we might have this bridge, though. Maybe we'll have it kind of come up this way and end over here. It would feel more natural since we have this random cave here. I don't even know, do you call it like a little mini ravine or something? I don't want to change that if at all possible, just because it feels like Minecrafty, where it's just a little, it's a little weird of a generation, and I want to keep it that way. So, let's sprinkle some grass. And I try as hard as I can to not sprinkle grass on my builds until I know they're done. Otherwise, what you just saw happens a lot. So, but if you're ever curious as to why your builds look plain, if you ever have that problem, try, like, honestly, just try sprinkling some grass in there, because it'll take a really, really flat build and give it depth. And I arguably probably add too much grass to a lot of the stuff I do, but I just like the look of it. Like, the long grass and everything just makes things feel completed. And it makes Minecraft seem not so square. So that's why I do it. If you guys, I would say if you guys don't like it, I'll stop doing it. But that's a lie, I won't, because I really enjoy doing it. All right. So now we are going to just even this out a little bit. Get rid of a shadow cave here. And no more shadow cave. We've got a pretty decent looking hillside here. And we're gonna call it good. So sprinkle some grass. And boom. That's it. That's the whole of it done. Alright, so with that, I think this whole place is done and completed. And it's looking real nice and homey. Actually, okay. As long as you guys are coming with us for a little bit, I got one more thing to do, because I really hate when the exteriors of buildings aren't lit up, and here I am doing it. So, how do we want to light this up? We could put one at the top, but I think maybe it's, so we, on the inside here, we have these slabs, and the slabs jut out. We gotta go, if we go up one here, should we use stairs there, maybe? Let's use some stairs. Alright. How do we feel about that? We like that? I think I like that. And then, just to give a little bit more depth here, we'll put those on the top and on the bottom. And I think that we are looking alright. We're looking alright. So, from over here, oh yeah, it looks, I haven't even looked at it from over here. Oh yeah, that is fantastic. I like that a lot. Alright, you guys have seen enough of the farmhouse. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode for today. And I'll be back at you again this week with another video, because I have motivation again. So, until next time, guys, I will see you when I see you. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Peace, peace.